Hi and welcome to Makeup440plus. So two of the things I've hauled recently are some Tarte the powder foundations that come with this really unusual little dense kabuki brush, which is just phenomenal. And I wasn't sure about these because I don't use a lot of mineral foundations. So I've got a lot of skin discoloration, as you know. I've got a lot of dark circles, etc, etc. So I just want to show you how I actually highlight and contour my face prior to using the foundation, because I just find that it works fine with wet products over the top, but it actually is much nicer if you can contour prior to, and highlight even a little bit, like under your eyes, concealing and such, prior to actually applying the foundation. So I'll make the foundation application a separate video. So firstly I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier. This is the Secret Camouflage. This is in SC4. So as you can see, I use this quite a bit. So I'm just going to go in with, this is a Coastal Scents brush. So it's a narrow, as you can see I've used it, it's a narrow brush with the dual fibre, if you like, ends, but not really. Now this Laura Mercier Camouflage concealer can be a bit tricky to use because it's really quite a thick concealer. So I basically just run my brush through the dark side first, and I start down the lower part of my face and I work up to the inside of my eye, and then of course underneath my eye. Just moving my mirror so that I can see properly, and I go in for a little bit more and just want to camouflage. Basically, being that I've got blue on, I don't want the underneath of my eye to appear dark or bluey in any way, shape or form. So I'm just going to go in with this and use it to cover that do that upside down triangle, and I even take it across the bridge of my nose. So this is still using the darker colour, and my camera just doesn't want to focus today. It's just out of, sorry, I don't know how long it hasn't been out of focus for, so I apologise for that. So again, just doing the dots, working my way slowly, doing circular motions so that I can camouflage my pores as much as possible, definitely up into that inner part of my eye. I'm so sorry. Try that, it's a bit closer, see if that works better. So I'll use the viewfinder. So basically just taking that to clean up any eyeshadow fallout and brighten and conceal under my eyes prior to using the mineral foundation. So now I'm just going to flip that concealer brush over, and I'm going to go into a lighter shade now because I want to brighten under my eyes. So again, right up into that corner so that the inner part of my eye is nice and bright, and then under where I've put my eyeshadow, just blending out and then blending with that brush to make sure that there's no lines or creases or anything like that, because we don't want anything yucky, you know, to add to the creases. So that sort of brightens the underneath of my eye area. I will be using another product as well underneath my eyes. So again, the inside of my eye, and just get that out of the road, inside of my eye, along the bottom and out. Now I've also got the start of a sunspot, so I'm just going to go back in with that darker side and just use that a little more intensely on that one spot, just to camouflage that darkness, so the peach just knocks out that brownie colour under my eye. So that's all blended well. So that's one of the things that I use that for. I'm not going to powder just yet because I want to do all my concealing and basically get everything down on my face before I do conceal. Now I wonder if I just zoom out a bit so you can see my whole face, not zoom in, zoom out. So that's a little bit better, and hopefully she'll stay. No, this doesn't want to focus today. I'm so sorry. So we'll have to do it like that. I don't know what's going on. It doesn't want to work. It's been on holidays and it's just given up. So I'm just going in with the skunk brush now, and this is Revlon Photo Ready Skin Lights. So it's just an iridescent primer basically. You can mix this in with your foundation, and I just put about that much, not even a, you know, half a pearl size, and I just basically run this all over my face just to prime and give my face a bit of glow. I go under my eyes as well, over that concealer, across my nose, and try and make sure that I get in circular motions to minimise those pores. Same around my mouth, and of course I'll just put a dot more on for my forehead. So it just gives a really nice glow to the skin. Now you don't want too much of this, otherwise you end up looking like a shimmery disco ball, which it might look like now, but once I actually put the mineral foundation over the top, it won't be. So we'll just put the lid back on that before we get it everywhere. And I'll just, of course, ducking again. So that's all on. Now we're going to contour. So I'm not quite tan enough yet that the tan coloured pigment, the tan coloured foundation in this actually works. And the other thing I like about this is you can turn it upside down whichever way you want, because there's a stopper in it, if you have a look, that stops it from coming out through the sifter, which is awesome. And I just very gently, you've got to be so careful because the second you touch this, it just poofs everywhere. So I just want a bit of the tan. Now this is a brush I got out of one of the Hoola bronzes or something from Benefit possibly. It doesn't have a name on it, but it's very much like the brush from NARS. So if you've got one of these in a blush or something, keep it, because it's really great for contouring. I think I've mentioned it in some of my previous videos. So I'm just tapping this gently in that sieve section just to get a bit of the tan on here. And I'm going to start contouring my face using the tan foundation. So just want to get some really nice contour going. It's going to look quite dark at the moment because there's no foundation on. You know, this is basically the foundation, but I will be going over it. Again, a little around my temples, so just above the corner of my eyebrow up into my hairline. And just gently tapping every time I go back in. And then through this part of my hairline. And I'm sort of blending it a little as I go, but not too much, because when I go in with the actual brush and the foundation, like, it's going to look very dark now, but when I go over it with the foundation, it certainly will look a lot different. So just deepen up this side a bit so that it's got that continuity about it around my hairline and into my hairline. So you can see it's really quite dark, just down the sides of my nose and up into my brow to keep that line, and then just the tip of my nose. And then I'm just going to tap in a little bit and do down my jaw, which I'll sit up for so you can see. So just down my jawline, and then taking just a couple of swipes and doing my turkey neck. So it's given me quite a dark you can see that contour is quite dark at the moment. So when I put the foundation over the top, it will all blend away beautifully. So the other thing that I'm now going to do is I'm going to go in and highlight. So I'm just taking, this is a new item for me and I'm absolutely loving it. This is the Touch, I don't know how to say it, the Radiant Touch from YSL. So it's just beautiful. So basically I click it once and I do under my eye, and today it's not going to play because it's so hot, but I basically do one click per eye because I find that's enough. So I don't actually take it out past my eye and just bring it down into that V. So we've got a really nice highlight there. And the same on the other side. And we've already got our concealer down, so you know, and a little touch on my nose where what's left on the brush, and of course don't forget your Cupid's bow. So I actually go in with a different brush for this. This is a I think it's a BH Cosmetics brush. It's just this tulip brush, but it's great for contouring. So just taking this up into the inner corner of my eye just to brighten. Again, just working it in that upside down triangle. So at the moment I've got a very distinct highlight and a very distinct contour, just blending that contour out and taking it up onto my forehead a little bit with what's left on the brush over my Cupid's bow just to brighten it, and then on the other eye up into the corner of the eye to brighten, and then working in that triangle and just in nice soft sweeping motions, letting the bristles do the work to blend all that colour in that upside down triangle. So that is basically how I contour my face, if I can find what I'm looking for, which I can't. That's basically what I do to contour my face prior to using the foundation. The only other thing I do sometimes is I use, now this is Benefit's Oola Lift, and I will often put a bit of this up across my cheeks, not too much, just a little, and I'll use that same brush which I just sat down like 30 seconds ago, and I will just in circular motions highlight the top of my cheek, just so that it, because this is quite a watery product if you like, so just to blend on the tops of my cheeks so that I've got a nice highlight from the outside of my eye and along my cheeks. Now again, this is extreme because I haven't got any foundation on at the moment, so I'm prepping my skin to prior to the foundation, so I'm basically doing everything back to front. So this is basically the contoured look that I'm looking for. It's very, very extreme, I know that. So if you're interested to see how it turns out once I put the foundation on and my little review of the Tarte foundation, please, I'll zoom back out again because I'm not liking this right up close. So as you can see, it looks very clown-like at the moment. Why won't it zoom? So it's looking very clown-like, very, very, there's no graduation in it whatsoever. So yeah, come back and we'll see how it looks once we're all done. Thanks for watching. Bye.